We'll understand how we can protect the Azure Blob Storages containers which we create. Lot of within the storage account, we would see a lot of containers can be created, and each container can have many blobs, which we call files, could be image files, could be text files, could be XLS files, could be some kind of things. And other things like the container can have the folders. The lot of applications will use the storage account blob storage to store their application files and everything. So for some reasons, if something goes wrong, and could be a human error where the someone deleted a storage account or containers or the folders or files within the containers, and could be or some kind of an application or a script by mistakenly has deleted these things. So how do we protect them to restore it? Okay. So in order to back up the or protect the data which is available in storage account, so we need to have a recovery services vault. So this recovery services vault should not have any other backup jobs. It is in order to take the blob storage backup, we need to have a dedicated recovery services account only for a blob storage purpose. So we cannot mix the blob storage backup with other backup items. So we can have one recovery services vault with blob storage, and we can put multiple storage accounts into blobs into that. Okay. But if you're taking an virtual machine backup into recovery services vault, then we cannot use that recovery services vault for this one, because the storage account needs an exclusive permissions for the recovery services vault. Let's see that how we can do that. So I'm just trying to create a storage account. Let me create a resource group. Account, sorry, SCA, as you prefer blob storage. I'm selecting a locally LRS. Next, I'm just creating a storage account. So we got the storage account created. Let's go and create few containers within the storage account. So I'm adding in a container projects. I'm creating one more container, training. So within the training container, we can upload data. Let me put some data into this one just for. Like this, we can have the blobs. Now, in order to enable the backup for this particular containers, go to the storage account, go to the data protection. In the data protection, we can see enable Azure backup for blobs. So click on this one. Now we can see backup vault. So create a recovery services vault. I'm giving it a GOT storage account vault, locally redundant, and create it. So we created a recovery services vault. So in order to enable the backup, we need to provide a permissions for this vault. So go to the, once you create a recovery services vault, go to the access control, go to the add a role assignment. Type for storage account backup operator, contributor. Now we can see backup contributor. Click on next. Click on managed identity. Then select the system assigned managed identity. You should be able to see the recovery vault which we created. I see acute SEO vault. Select the recovery vault which we created and click on review and assign. So now go back to the data protection. Enable the backup for folder. Now select the vault which we created. Then it is giving you the permissions. Let me acute SEO vault. Why still the permissions got not reflected here? Vault. Yeah, acute SEO vault. Maybe sometimes. Let me go back to this one. Enable backup. Yeah. Create a backup policy. A policy name I'm holding as in blob backup policy. We can give any name. Blobs. Schedule. So do you want to, how long you want to retain this backup? We can click on edit and you can reduce the duration if required. We can say that I only need a 5 days or 7 days kind of a backup based on requirement. And the schedule frequency, do you want it on a daily or a weekly basis? A daily. On a weekly basis, you can select the days which you want to perform, and daily basis, you can select the day. So I'm basically doing all these things. So I'm selecting the time 1 a.m. and UTC time zone. So how long you want to retain this vault? So in case the vault gets deleted, then we cannot retrieve the data. So you can protect that. If you want to reduce this vault, this thing, you can do that. So click on review and create. So it is going to create a backup policy now. Now we have created a backup policy. Down we can see containers. Select the containers. Now, if we want to take backup of all the containers, then we can select backup all containers. But if we want to select as explicitly as a specific container, then we can select that based on requirement. Then I say backup all containers, select, then save it. So click on save it again. I think it updated the settings successfully. Now let's go to the containers. So once we enable a backup, we would see section called as a restore containers. It's in the menu. Restore a containers. So once the initial backup is being done, then we can restore it. We can restore selective. I can select this and I can say restore the selected one. So from which backup you want to restore it, or to the latest one, you can select the date. So I see that today's it is coming up. Still the backup has not been happened. So now we can see the projects 0. Now the existing container name is projects. So it is going to create a new container with a name called as a projects-0, or we can have our own name so that it can create a new container and it can restore it. So when I click on restore, then it'll restore the backup. It creates a new container with this name once the backup is been happening. So as of now, as just we created a backup, there will not be any backup as of now to restore it, but just this is a simple steps procedure to restore the backup of a container.